Hello, this is Francis from McCaffrey Crafts. I am a fifth generation Blackthorn walking stick maker, also known as a shillelagh, depending on what part of the world you're from. And this is the weekly live stream. Again, if you're watching this back, thank you for watching it. I know everyone can't catch this live because it goes out at 6 p.m. Irish time. So I know in the States it would be about lunchtime and early morning over there. But as always, you can kind of go back and watch these live streams. I try to do them most Fridays, unless I'm a bit sick or something's up with the kids or something like that. And again, I like to make myself available to the community of people who are interested in Blackthorn walking sticks, shillelagh making, and anything kind of like maybe Irish culture related as well. Um, I make myself available for the hour. It usually takes a few minutes before a few people come, and I think most weeks, if we're lucky, we get about maybe 20, 25 people who join the live streams. And it's pretty good because it's a nice little community that can join us live. I think I'm pretty good at getting to know everyone's names now, and I'm getting to know a lot of people as well. And it's a nice way to kind of finish the week when you've been working pretty hard. I've added a bunch of new sticks. I put on 4 or 5 new hiking sticks. That there's some really nice ones up there. I have about 7 heavy blackthorn sticks that I should be putting on maybe by tomorrow. I have them just drying there. Zero Fox, evening. Hello, how are you? Joe, how are things? How are things? Someone who came on to the live stream there before. Chad, happy Friday from the funeral home, Francis. Bought 2 sticks from you this week. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I have to get them packed. I was a little bit kind of busy today. I had to do things with the school. I had to go in about the sun, and I had one of those days. And actually, I had some bad luck during the week. That my car was hit. That outside outside my shop. I parked my car. It's just a Honda CRV, your very typical family type of car when you've got a bunch of kids to go around. And, someone hit the side of my car, scratched all the side of it, and they took the side mirror on the driver's side clean off as well. And yeah, it was something I wasn't really too happy with. And the day that happened, some American tourists were visiting me, and usually I try to be quite energetic and playful and joking. And I was like trying my best to kind of keep myself composed because like it was really fresh and it happened that these two people they're lovely people, like Leanne and her dad as well. They got a drive up from Cork, really really good people. And they've been waiting to see me for a while. They confirmed and everything, and I was really looking forward to see him. But like literally about like an hour before they were coming in to see me, the car just got destroyed. And the lady who did it, she didn't really stay around, but surprisingly she left a little note and she put it on my windscreen, but she only put her name and her phone number, and there was no kind of other details than that. But long story short, because I'm kind of rambling on here as well, is that she has agreed to pay all the damages. I bought the car to the local body shop. For anyone who's in County Kerry and they get damaged or they get their car dented pretty badly at the side, I can recommend a place called Cara Motors. There's a guy Jer and John there. It's up a little really bendy, windy road. It's hard to get to. They've no internet out there, but they're really good, reputable guys. They do pretty good work as well. It takes them a few weeks because they're a bit backlogged because they're pretty well known. So anyway, the lady has agreed to pay them. She's sending them a check for the damages, and she's been in contact with them a few times as well. And she said that she posted a check today. They should have it early next week. So that's all good news. But again, it takes me away from making the sticks. When I have to deal with things like that, because I do enjoy the stick side of things. Joe says, hope to go to County Cork and other parts of Southern Ireland one day. Hi Francis and hi guys. Yeah, it's much nicer. Like say those American tourists who came in to see me just before after my car got hit. They were like spending like I think 1 week in Dublin, 1 week in Cork, and 1 week in Galway, and they didn't like Dublin at all. But they thought Cork was all right. It's a little bit, you got to get away from the city, to be honest. Like the best part of Ireland is not really in the cities and stuff. Like you see, a lot of people, they come to Ireland and they have like a, a very positive opinion of Irish people and being outgoing and fun. But when you meet some of the inner city guys and some of these kind of city guys, and there's issues in big cities like everywhere in the world, and Ireland is no different. In Cork they have, not as bad as Dublin, like a homeless problem. There's problems with drugs and different things like that. So it can be surprising when tourists, like, encounter something like that in Ireland. They find it very, very surprising as well. They were telling me a story. Some kid came up asking him, "Give me cigarettes," in a Dublin accent. If you ever been to Dublin, it's quite a common thing that some of the young gurriers, as we call them, or local kind of, these teenagers, they'll be coming up asking you for cigarettes and things like that as well. But if you're planning to come to Ireland, the west of Ireland is the place to go. The nice little small towns. The best advice I would give you always is find some place kind of nice. Like Killarney is a nice place to be around. It's a popular tourist area for a reason, because it's pretty decent. And then you can base yourself there. You can do a day trip to Cork. If you base yourself in Killarney, it's about an hour's drive to Cork. You can do the Beara Peninsula. You can drive for an hour and then go around the peninsula. You can go to Dingle one day, do the Dingle Peninsula. You can do the Ring of Kerry. You can go up to North Kerry. And then once you've done a good week in this kind of, so you base yourself in one area and do a circle. Then you can go up to Galway, base yourself there, and then you can go down to the Cliffs of Moher. You can go to the Aran Islands. You can do different things. So, basing yourself around kind of Kerry, Cork area, and then Galway, it's a nice place to do your trip. Tim says it's never fun. Yeah, like the car thing was, you know, for me, like, I like to have like momentum and mojo when I'm making the sticks. I like to be like, I'm winning and getting the sticks done, and different things. But like, I always have guys waiting for, like, the best sticks that I'm going to make and things like that. And I want to be making the best sticks. But like sometimes some weeks you just have like these things where you got to bring the car to the garage, deal with the teachers at school, different things. And I just kind of like there thinking, yeah, it's like you're breaking my momentum. I like to kind of keep momentum with what I'm doing. I think that's like that's important. I probably need to make more hiking sticks now. I probably have to get on there as well. Yeah, there's a weird, like, I sent a stick to Canada and a guy was telling me that it arrived with all drill holes. So like that was something I had to deal with this week, which was very surprising. I'd never encountered that before. He bought two hiking sticks, and one of them, he was like onto me, and it had all drill holes in it. So someone had, between me shipping it and him receiving it, someone had drilled a load of holes in it. So we're looking at that. But whenever these things happens, I'll work with the person to try to resolve it. So that was the week as well. So we have Andre watching us over on Facebook. How is everything there in Germany? I hope everything's well. We're heading to Hamburg, I think, on Friday the 13th of May. Joe says, I would have a major problem driving on the left side of the road if I ever visit Ireland and rent a car to get around. Yeah, like, truth be told, like, it's not fun to drive in Ireland if you're not used to the roads, because like they're quite small and narrow. And there's like the driving culture and is a bit kind of different as well. Like, everyone will be saluting you as well. Like, like when someone's driving the car, imagine you're hitting the wheel. Like, people will just flick their finger the whole time, and you might think, why are they flicking their finger at me? What's going on? But that's just them saying, yeah, thanks, yeah, thanks. So like there's different levels. So if you have your hand in a steering wheel, you see someone who's a stranger and you don't know what it is, and you're driving away, you'll just automatically, like, give them a little. It's called a salute. You give them a little thing. If you might know them a bit better, you might just kind of lift your hand up a little bit more off the reason. Or if someone you really know, you're like, you give them a proper wave. So that's something that to take note in Ireland as well. Joe's saying hi to Andre. Andre saying the weather is perfect. Barbecue is nice. Now it's chill time. What meats did you have, Andre? I love barbecue. I think I don't know. Every guy does. There's something about the smell of the charcoals and the meat and seasoning it as well. It's something that I always look forward to. And like, you always have to have a cold beer with a barbecue. And what I like with a barbecue is it's I don't know, it's just something very masculine about it. You sit outside having a few beers, talk to the guys. You're making, for everyone. Give the burgers to the kids and to different meats as well. But yeah, Andre, like, what kind of setup do you have? Like from what I know of you, Andre, you'll probably have like something like really good and specific, because I know you like to be quite organized about things. So is there a Pacific grill you have? Joe says, hopefully next year winter won't be so brutal and things aren't as crazy to gather more quality sticks to season to make quality walking sticks. Well, Joe, just be patient. Whatever sticks you cut, give them 2 or 3 years. Don't try to cut corners, and your life will be just easier. Just less kind of stress to deal with as well. Winter's always brutal. There's no way about it. It's never fun to go out in the winter to cut blackthorns as well. The sheep in the middle of the road on the way along to Connemara is what surprised me driving in Ireland. That is a common occurrence, Chad. In the evenings, they'll be moving the sheep and the cows, and they can move a lot of sheep from one field to another. And you could get stuck behind a group of, 50, 60 sheep, or 20 or 30 cows on the road as well. And the smell of the cow shit, and oh my God, like they'll just stop, and it's quite an interesting thing. So you said you had a Iberico Colette. I'm not familiar with that. It's from Spain. Okay, very good. I have two grills, one with gas and the other is a wood fire. Today I take the wood guy. Tastes better. Yeah, you want, for me, I like the taste of charcoal on the burgers as well. Like, and just something of it's char grilled, and you get that kind of smoky, woody feeling as well. It's pretty good. The thing about, don't if you burn the blackthorn into the meat, it tastes bad. I tried it before. I was like, I wonder is there anything here, but let's see. We have a return. The greatest. Welcome back to the live stream. It hasn't been too long as well. I think I was away for a few weeks, and you probably kind of lost interest in the live stream. But welcome back. Rips Coatlet. If I found out what towns my family come from in County Cork, I'd like to go to the towns in County Cork to see the family. Yeah, what's the surname? Like, popular Cork surnames would be like, McCarthy. McCarthy would be like a kind of well-known Cork name. Fitzpatrick as well, and stuff like that. With Fitz before, you'd see a lot of them. But I think they're like Norman names or Viking names, maybe. Francis, the custom people's drill holes and everything, looking for drugs. Yeah, like that's what I thought. I spoke to the guy. I told him send it back, and I'd give him like a full refund. But like he wants to, it's just the principle of it. He wants to like make customs pay for the thing that they've done, and like but he shouldn't, like the customer shouldn't even have to be going to that kind of that effort. And customs, they how custom works is, say for every 300 I send, they might look at one thing, and usually they hold it up for about 3 weeks and release it. And then like this is the first time they've actually drilled into something, which is a bit unusual as well. Let's see. John Burr says, what do you use to finish the knob? It really depends. It's not like a quite straight cut answer to answer that. It depends really on the wood, how much bark you're going to leave on it as well. It depends on the wood grain as well. If the wood grain is quite impressive and you want it to come out, like usually I'll always put on like a sanding sealer or something like that, because the first coat that you put on the sanding sealer, because it's going to cover in all the little holes, different things, and you give it like you give it a good kind of sand as well, and then the finish comes on nicely. The big mistake you see in a lot of guys finishing blackthorn walking sticks is they put on too heavy a coat, or they use like yacht varnish or polyurethane or these things, and then with wear and you see if you put really thick kind of finish on this as well, like with the wear and tear of using your palm in it, it gets a bit tacky after time. But like with finishes, it really depends on what you want to do. If you want to be a bit glossy, but a good advice always is just like several really 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 thin coats, and a lot of patience as well. Make sure there's no flies or dust around, because sometimes it's really annoying. You're doing a finish, and more so in summertime, not really in wintertime, but in summertime, like you'd be doing a really nice finish and different things, then you come back and there's some fly or some insects right stuck on your finish, and it gets quite a nice nine. Have you heard of the guys that make salt from blackthorn? I have not. That sounds a little bit. I know people can make soap from the ashes of blackthorn and different things like that. I didn't know there was kind of high salt content. Um, let's see. Lenahan, go to Mill Street in Cork. Lenahan. Mill Street is the, I know there's a bunch of Lenahans there. Mulcahy, I'm not too sure if that's really a Cork surname. Doesn't, like, of course there's like Mulcahy's all over the place, but I'm not sure if that's like unique to Cork. I'd have to check it out, or do a little search and stuff like that. I thought Mulcahy was more up the country, like. Um, but yeah, like it's there's certain surnames that are kind of unique to the area. But like when you come to a town and you go, I'm a Lenehan, like, literally there could be a few hundred like Lenahans. So it's like, and they're all intermarried and related for the past 200 years. Not intermarried, I mean, they've all like, had different lineages as they've gone. Like, there's not too much intermarriages nowadays. There are still stories of cousins marrying each other and things like that. I'm aware of some second cousins that married each other and things like that as well. And there's always rumors and stories about, there's the joke with Killorglin people is that the town Milltown, which is 4 miles away, that kind of stuff goes on as well. I think Mulcahy is more Cavan area. Yeah, it's up the country somewhere. It's not really a Cork name. It's just not. I just don't think it is. I know it's like up the country somewhere, but I'm not too sure. A lot of Macs you see before names, you hit Cavan and places like that. Yeah, so like, are you all guys going on holidays this year? Have you booked your flights to Ireland? I'll probably be going away for a month, maybe for the more than likely, like, most of the month of July. I won't be here. But like, my dad said that he will, like, I'm going to put a bunch of sticks online, and then I'm going to book the courier for every Monday and Thursday while I'm gone. And then, like, from holiday, I'll do up all the postal labels, and then I'm going to email my dad the labels, and hopefully he can print them off and do the packing for me. So I'll just put up a good few sticks that will kind of, like, tip away for the month that I'm gone. But like, for before holiday, I'll be putting up a lot of good sticks because I want to get as much money as possible into the bank account, especially when I'm going to go. So the next 6 weeks, you're going to see some really good sticks. You're going to be, if you've got a load of sticks from me already, I'm going to really be tempting you for the next while. I'm going to put up some of the best type of ones I have. Say, hey Francis, I hope you're well and enjoying the sunshine. Yeah, it's all right. I haven't had a chance to enjoy the sunshine. I've just been a bit stressed out there recently. There's kind of like, things going on, and with the family and the school and different things as well. So like, I've been a bit kind of like stressed out with that and not sleeping too much and different things. But all the more reason to make more Blackthorn. Let's see. If I had some of the black paint, one of my, let's see, if I had some of the black paint on one of my walking sticks rub off, do you recommend I touch it up, black shoe polish or paint where I have easy access to? Yeah, you can blacken it with anything, and then just put a finish over as well. Like, through wear and tear and friction, like, sooner or later, like, all finishes do get removed. Especially around kind of like the black at the top of the stick. If you're holding it down and your fingers are rubbing against it from time to time, as soon as you kind of like wear away of kind of like the light kind of finish, you see the handles are usually finished a bit more for wear and tear, but like, if you sometimes hold it down a bit lower on the shaft, where the black paint is, you can kind of wear that away a bit quicker as well. But like, yeah, anything black will do. And then, if you're just like for touching up, and then just like maybe a water based finish to put over it, shouldn't react with the type of finish there that I have on it as well. If you're adding some kind of cellulose based finish onto it as well, it might just give some reaction. See, I'm off to West Cork in July. That sounds pretty good. West Cork is a lovely place. I was really kind of chilled out. It's actually, to be honest, like the Ring of Berry in West Cork is a lot of local people go there, more than the Ring of Kerry and stuff, which is a lot of tour buses and stuff are on as well. So I'd recommend that. It's Cork's actually quite a nice place. The people when you get off the beaten track and travel a bit, like, the people you meet are just sound out, like, and stuff like that. Like, even the lady who hit my car, she's back from more Port McGee, and I was kind of really worried about, like, she wasn't going to pay and this, but she accepted responsibility, and she was like a really really nice lady to deal with. And because I kind of took away from the stress of having to go to the car and do all of those things as well. Kirk says, good evening to the Order of the Blackthorn. Missed the Friday, chaps. What's up, brother? I'm pretty good. Just kind of like saying about my car got hit, but it was okay. The lady accepted responsibility and is paying the garage. Just kind of giving an update of what sticks I'm working on. in the next while. I'm going to probably be away for the month of July, but my dad has assured me that he'll just kind of keep the shop going. So like as I was saying, usually like the month of July like is the quietest month of the year for like stick making and for like for online stuff and different things like that. So like I'll sell a handful each week and I'll put a few sticks up, and then back to August again it starts to pick up. So let's see now. Joe says, thanks for the info, Carl and Francis. Yeah, ask as many questions as you want. Between all of us here, we can probably answer as many questions as humanly possible as well. Yeah, but you guys should visit Ireland, like and if you visit Ireland, like ask questions like about it as well. Don't try to do like too much. Carl says, "Tá fáilte róta, Joe," which means welcome in Irish language in Gaelic. Have you ever decided to do another bidding process on special stanks? Um, I was going to do that, but I don't know. Like, there's a few guys there that weren't too happy. Like, there's a few guys that were happy. Like, it was something I was willing to explore. Like when I had like a stick like that. I think what I'll probably do is like some of my dad's sticks. Like I think he just wants to make like maybe 10 each year, and then like he'll put a lot of time and effort into these sticks, and maybe we'll do a bidding process on some of my dad's sticks as well. Let's see, is Mulcahy possible Roscommon? Maybe Francis. It's definitely up that direction anyway. Like from just from memory and different things, but I'm not sure exactly. Dennis Nestor said, "Hello, Francis. I haven't been on in a while. Hope everything has been well." Well, Dennis, thank you for joining. And remember, you can watch all of these live streams retrospectively. You don't have to like be here like straight away and things like that. We have John Elliott. Welcome to the live stream, John. He's watching us over on Facebook. Welcome to the community, John. If you have any questions or want to ask anything, just work away. And maybe I'll go to September to Ireland, but only to the west side of Ireland. Yeah, it's just a bit nicer. Um, it's just you do need a car to get around to see the places and just kind of take your time. Like it's like anywhere. Like the first few days you're driving, you got to get used to the roads and stuff like that. And the thing is just base yourself in one thing and then just kind of like hit one area. So like Cork or Kerry, base yourself anywhere there, and within a 2 hour radius you can see so many things. And then go up to kind of like Galway area, and then if you want up to Donegal is actually quite nice as well when it's not too windy. So they're the kind of like nicer areas as well. Waterford's not too bad in a few places. Not a big fan of Dublin on the tourism. I know there's aspects of Dublin that are fun to do, like the Guinness Brewery and things like that. But there's just that kind of rough element around that I just don't really enjoy there. Joe says, "Wish I knew Gaelic spelled phonetically, Carl. I don't speak it in high school. My English teacher is Irish. He tried teaching us. Yeah, we all have to learn Irish, and it's taught in really, really well. No, I understand, Joe. Yeah, whatever way you spelled it is okay. It's just Gaelic. The way you spelled it was kind of quite a phonetic. Um, Irish language can be fun if it's taught in the right way and stuff like that, and it should be like fun and different things. But it's unfortunate, like the way they teach it at Irish schools, like most Irish kids grow up not having any connection to the Irish. It can be quite tough as well. I do before I start from Dublin, but at Cork, Ireland, start as well. Yeah, like you can go like if you everyone kind of has to start maybe in Dublin if they're coming into that airport. It just kind of depends where. If you're coming from Hamburg, like you can get a Ryanair flight from Hamburg to Dublin for like €20 each way. The flight tickets between Ireland and Germany are pretty good. That's the reason I like to travel there as well. It's like I've got like Munich now. I've been to, in Berlin I really like, and I'm going to Hamburg, and I was going to go down to Hanover and maybe get a train if I have time. But yeah, I actually like Germany. I just like the people there. They're always like friendly. I like the food. Like it's comfortable to travel there. Like they can always speak a few words of English. Of course, it can be hard with languages in different places. But I always felt welcome when I went to places. But I have a big passion for start. Yeah, I have a big passion for travel. Like that's what I love to do. Some people like fancy cars. Some people like different things. Some people like Blackthorn walking sticks and stick collecting. For me, my passion is travel. I just want to see as many places as possible, and I want to bring the kids traveling and get. I think it's the most important thing. That's why, like a lot of Americans may be watching this as well, and sometimes it's not as easy to travel in America, because like, to go across to Europe is quite a long haul flight. But you see, being, in Europe, there's so many things right on the step. And Mad Dog Medic, I haven't seen you there for a while. Hope you're well. Hello there. Have you ever used pure beeswax on your sticks? I sealed the end of sticks with beeswax before a little bit, because like this is long ago, because I was read it in one of the old books and different things as well. I think it was one of the John Hurley books. I read it when I was like first stick making, long time ago. Um, you can use beeswax type of finish on there as well. But what I found is like the smell of it does attract like bees and stuff when you use beeswax. And like when I put some beeswax on a stick before, I wanted to check out the finish, and I was experimenting with like mixing beeswax, melting it with other things, and I wanted it to get glossy and stuff and to polish it up. But it was really a kind of like annoying to you see, because of the blackthorn and the grooves and the bends and the thorns. It would work well maybe on like a really smooth steak stick, but a straight stick. But blackthorn is so knotty, and so like, there's a lot of different things. Like it's kind of hard enough to find the right finish that's going to look pretty good. And you're doing pretty well, because I remember there last year you had to go through all that medical stuff as well, and it's great that you're in great form, and back to joining this live stream as well. We have Torino mine as well. But that reminds me, there's a guy called Tony, and he sent me some pictures by email of his. He found a root ball in County Cork, near Middleton, and yeah, it looks like quite impressive thing. And he wants me to do a video talking about root balls. He's like, what makes them special and different things. Because like I made a video ages ago, but I'd probably do an update. It's like the difference between like a knob stick and what would be considered like a root ball, because like root balls are a bit different as well. Sorry, I thought someone's knocking at the door. So I do get a lot of people that knock as well. But yeah, I must do a video next week on root balls. See, what I want to do is go to my shed, pick out a few root balls, and then I can kind of, it's best to kind of talk it through as well. Let's see now. Logan Kelly says, I just bought one of your sticks. I can't wait to see it. I forgot to check how long the shipping was. Shipping is usually 3 to 5 days, but like I sent some. If you're off the beaten track, like in America, and I send it with DHL, it can take a bit longer. Like I had one there that took 2 weeks recently, and I thought that was pretty long, because when you're paying for DHL, you expect boom, the service to be a few days. So usually for the lion's share of my shipping, it takes about 3 to 5 days. If you're off the beaten track in America, or you're in like there's some states where it's a bit slow. I think like Montana or Oregon, or a few different states as well, it can take a little bit longer. The longest is about like 2 weeks or something like that, and that's like if it's held up somewhere or checked for something. But yeah, that's about it. Like I said, the majority of sticks only take 3 to 5 days, and there's no problem at all. If there's any delays and stuff, like you just can check your tracking and different things as well. And if there's any big problems and stuff, you just come back to me, and we just communicate and try to deal with the couriers, which is never a pleasant experience. But it's most of, as I was saying, nearly this year, I think with the shipping, I've had one stick get lost to America. It went to California, and in the sorting center in California, someone took it or something like that. It was down as a theft, and I gave the guy a replacement stick. And I think that one in Canada there last week, where someone customs drilled into it. That was the first as well. Other than that, like it's been pretty good this year. And then I had that one with DHL that took up to 3 weeks. So yeah, like shipping is one of these things that's outside of everyone's control. But these like shipping delays and stuff aren't really with like couriers like DHL and UPS. They have their own planes, so they're not stuck on boats and different things as well. And you're not shipping an item from China or something like that, where they have huge shipping delays, and any products that you need to source out of China, you're screwed at the moment. Carl says, if you're an Irish American, it's your language too. Gnairi Lat, Joe, as well. So yeah, it's kind of interesting for Irish Americans to kind of know about Irish language and that people can speak it as well, and to learn a few things as well. It's well, I do like Irish Americans because sometimes they have a higher interest in Irish things than some Irish people. Like they're very passionate about their heritage, about where their names come from, about different things. While the Irish person will be like, "Where's your surname from?" I don't know, down the road or something like that. But I think there's always a certain age in your life when you get interested in finding out about your name and about the history and about different things like that as well. So yeah, guys. Well, if you have any more questions there, just kind of ask away. As I said, I haven't been sleeping too much the last few days, and so I'm a bit tired today. I think I'll probably just kind of take it easy, a bit stressed about the car and stuff, and bills and different things as well. But I booked, as I said, I booked to bring the kids to Thailand. Now that the restrictions there are kind of easing up. Let's see now. John says root balls make for the best sticks. The part that grows in the ground, hence the name root ball. A knob stick can be cut higher in the bush using a thicker branch for a ball shape. Exactly, John. But a lot of sellers and people use the term interchangeably. They keep calling the knob stick, which comes from higher up in the branch. They call them root balls because they have a knob type of ball on them as well. The thing about root balls is that the handle is like almost naturally in it. Like with a knob stick, sometimes you have to like have a little block and you just carve out like this the circle or the knob stick in it. And with a root ball, they're all unique and different and one of a kind items. And the handle is just there, and you just have to like just make sure that you kind of mold it in a way that kind of fits comfortably into your hand. The majority of root balls are actually, the ones with the kind of handle, the kind of L shape type of sticks. There are not a lot of the root balls that you did see. They have the ball. They more the root is more like an L shape as well. Um, what you find with a lot of root balls that stick makers like too is that during the seasoning process, the root ball itself doesn't really like crack or different things as well. They are a pretty good stick because you just have the trunk above them. They're quite strong as well. The root balls tend not to have all the knuckles on them as well, because like it's just grown from the roots. Like they'll have a few thorns and stuff, but the knuckles that you see on are more from the branches side of things as well. They're a pain in the ass to get because you have to dig up. If you imagine like when a blackthorn is in the ground, the roots are growing in 20 feet in all different directions. It's and then when you're cutting out the root, there's literally so many roots in every directions, and you think you have it, and then you give it a pull, and then it can split or damage or something like that. So you have to be pretty careful when cutting out the root balls. Like to get a nice root ball out, it can take you best part of 30 minutes or something like that. And you will be physically drained at the end of it as well. And there's no specific tools that you can have. It's like you just need a clippers and just a lot of patience and just to kind of like dig it out. But yeah, like root balls are pretty special. The real root balls, they don't come along. They're few and far between as well. But they are pretty good. They can be a bit. They're always going to be a bit thicker when there's a root ball as well. Um, Mad Dog Medic says the root balls are beautiful. They are the unique. Like nature is just fantastic, and if you can see some beauty in nature and you can just imagine that would be a good walking stick. Like again, I think I mentioned this in a video there last week, like one of the true skills that in stick making is having that ability to visualize how the handle would fit in the hand, and being able to see little features on pieces of wood and handles that you could say, right, that's going to fit in quite nicely into the hand. Actually, I made a video. I haven't actually posted yet, doing a talk about this. But yeah, nature is amazing, and when you have this connection to like a handmade, authentic wooden product as well. And then again, I always think there's something really masculine as well about wooden products and like wood and carpentry and things like that. I think it's a pretty good hobby to have, and there's no better therapy in the world than sanding a piece of wood, finishing it as well. And be interested, like for you guys that actually make a sticks, what's your favorite part of the process? For me, my favorite part is always doing the handles. I think you're just trying to like figure things out, and you're just trying to like look at your hand and the shape of your hand, and how's it going to fit, in a bigger person's hand as well, and different things. So it's I find that aspect good. And the cutting of the wood I find quite tiring, and it's quite time consuming. Like, I do like going out and finding a nice piece. I think that's quite fun and interesting, and trying to discover. But like when I'm in an area and I gotta like get 106 in one cutting, and I'm like rushing to get everything done, it's not as much fun as well. But and there's plenty in stick making as well. Like it, I must do, when I get to 10,000 subscribers, I might make this more a making channel, and how to do different things, how to do like some finishes and different things as well. Um, Most people kind of like, if you keep processes simple and different things, and everyone has a different way of working. Like, when I'm making a stick, rather than putting into different vices and stuff, sometimes I just like to have this like chair of a certain size, and I can use my foot to kind of like move it around. Like, I have a kind of really weird or unusual way in which like I kind of make the sticks, but I find that it's a bit quicker to do like that kind of way. And because I'm small, I can kind of like get into different positions quicker. And I'm always kind of like trying to optimize my time slots when I'm doing the finishing, to the straightening, to the managing the handles, to the final finishing. Shlán, folks, means goodbye. Very nice to have you there on the stream, Carl, and thank you for promoting the language, Oscuelga. Garen says, "Good afternoon, Francis and crew. How are things with you there, Garen? Did you ever find those the Harry Potter staffs and different things you were looking for, or wasn't the Lord of the Rings staff or something? I think a Gandalf staff you were looking at before." So I started making some like staffs and stuff, and someone says I made one of these Gandalf staffs when they bought it. Um, Understood. I like all parts. Start from harvesting, sealing, shaping the handle, put the varnish on, love it all. I loved it all at the start, but we've been doing it for so long. There's certain things that you find this as well. It's just the physicality of it as well, the injuries that you can kind of get once you get into that kind of deep with the kind of stick making. Then you have to be a bit more kind of careful and stuff. But it's you're at the honeymoon stage yet, where you enjoy all the different things as well. But yeah, like putting on like too much varnish as well, just nice very thin layers always, and you can kind of mix the varnish with some spirits as well to make it the finish a bit harder. Madagwenic, I was keep thinking about trying to plant blackthorn here in Spokane, Washington. Yeah, it takes like 15, 20 years. Again, Diane, who grew one, said she did it in about like 10, I think 10 or 11 years, and she got one stick out of it. But like, it grows in all different directions, and it is hard to go, and it doesn't grow in every type of wood. And it's not the easiest thing in the world to find. You need a lot of blackthorn to grow to be able just to find one stick. Um, have you ever tried making a stick from privet wood? No, I haven't. You can give me some knowledge there on what privet wood is in terms of the texture. Is it? It's not something that I'm kind of familiar with. It's mostly like blackthorn, oak, rowan tree, hazel. Worked in holly. I think did sycamore years ago. What else? What other type of woods? I think that's about it as well. Mostly that. But yeah, like it's interesting. Like someone was asking me about Hollywood, Holly the wood, not Hollywood in LA, but Holly the wood, and it's a very kind of white and pale type of wood as well to deal with. Very very heavy and dense, so it makes for a pretty good cudgel, to have things out there as well. But you see, what else am I kind of working on? I probably need to kind of think of some kind of new idea as well to market the sticks. I actually have some kind of crazy marketing ideas to really get attention on them that I think you guys will really enjoy, and they'll be pretty surprising. Uh, I'll probably reveal that in another type of things. I came up with an idea, and I think it'll be fun, and it will get a lot of attention on the blackthorn as well. You see, the thing is, I can pretty much sell what I can make. So sometimes I don't need to go overboard with the marketing too much. Like I am an expert on marketing. I've been paid a lot from big businesses to do their marketing campaigns and different things as well. But like, it's just whenever things get a bit slow, I just give it a little push in every now and again. And it's I have a kind of nice kind of, I know the kind of demand for Blackthorn. I know the kind of base demand for it, even if the market turns and different things as well. I know how many I can sell each week. I know kind of the interest. I kind of know the gauge of how many new guys will discover Blackthorn for the first time each year. It's it's, you can see these patterns like quite easily. Mad Dog Medic said it'd be great addition to my fence. God bless. Gotta go. Hope you have a great weekend there, and thank you as always for watching the live stream. Garen says very tough hardwood. The Chinese called it white waxwood as well. Yeah, like if it's a hardwood, it's going to be good to use for walking sticks. It's there's many good woods in the world. I remember, like, because I do have a connection to Thailand and to Asia, and like I was always like researching these really hard woods there. But sometimes the woods are too hard to work on. Like there's loads of these kind of tropical woods that grow that I thought would be interesting maybe to try some things with. But some of them are really rock hard. And Carl actually sent me some ebony wood as well that he wanted me to make handles and attach to sticks. That I still must get to as well. But it's mostly like my dad would do stuff like that, so I might give that piece of wood to him, because usually I just kind of like make them from one piece of wood, and that's kind of what I enjoy doing nowadays. Um, let's see now. Do you guys have any more questions? I'm still available here for about another 20 minutes. What else can we talk about? Whatever's happening in the world. I haven't been watching the news recently. I got a bit disillusioned with, it's very repetitive. It's like, you want to depress yourself, just turn on the news and see what's going on in Ireland. Have you guys heard about the peat and the bogs, and how they want to ban like this fuel that many Irish rural families would burn, which is turf, which is like a kind of peat briquette and different things as well. So there's a bit of controversy around that. Um, there's let's see. Do you think your children might want to join you in learning your craft someday? And maybe I think that, like, for most children, like if you try to expose them like too much to it, they mightn't be too interested. But I will hope, like, how like it emerges, I think for most people is like they'll probably go for their own careers and try their own different things, and then maybe as like a side little hustle or something like that, they might make a few sticks, they might do different things, and then hopefully, if there's still like enough in it, then they might be interested in doing it as well. But like it's a very hard business. Like, if I'm going to leave it to them to decide what they want to do in life. But it would be pretty good if it goes for another generation. My middle guy seems to show a bit of interest as well. The oldest daughter, not too much as well, and the youngest guy, he's just still a bit too young as well. So maybe the middle guy, who also has my name Francis, he's Francis Junior. He seems to find it. He likes like the stick fighting aspect of the sticks, in terms of swinging it around and the kind of cudgels and different things like that. He finds that kind of thing a bit cool. So he kind of always associates Blackthorn with fighting and weaponry and different things. So he has an interest. I think that's the kind of way to kind of like introduce kids to it. Like, it's not like a walking stick for some athlete who's in his 70s and he's got his sore knees, or someone who's been in a motorbike kind of like accident or something like that. If Blackthorn is shown for like, it just feels good having a stick. Um, it just needs more references in popular culture. Like, I'm still waiting for that day, that Blackthorn starts to, like, get some notoriety again, some movies, some characters, or like there's always a few people. Um, Tim McKern says the smell of peat is awesome. I love it. I agree with you, Tim. There's nothing, just the kind of earthy, nice smell again. Again, it's another masculine thing, you know. To none of this toxic masculinity woke nonsense here on this channel, burning peat, it does smell good. Like, I don't know, Tim, do you remember like the old cottages, and they'd have like the kind of cauldron, the black pot there, and they'd cook the stew in there and have all the peat underneath it, and like if you have a range, you'd always have pieces round and different things as well, and turf. So it does smell pretty well, and it's just how it looks visually too. Like when you're sitting in your sitting room and it's like a late evening in November, the wind is howling outside, it's freezing cold, and you just put on the fire. This is I don't know, like in different parts of the world, but in Ireland, to have a fireplace in your living room, it's just great, like a real fire. You have your chimney, you have all of that, and you just light up the fire, throw on a few pieces of turf, and you just kind of watch it burn there. And there's something like the crackle, that you get of it burning, like, as well, as kind of like a nice thing. And the way the flames dance, there's beauty to it. It's like a piece of art, when you do it as well. And then you have the sensations of the smell as well. Like it looks pretty good. You need to write your book and have them made into movies. I have my ideas, Chad. I got plenty of ideas. I just need the time to do it. Like, maybe when I go on holiday with the kids for a month, I might do it. I have an outline for a book on stick making, of course, that I was thinking more to turn into like a course, because I think that, and then have like a book as a manual, take some pictures, and then I might hire a videographer and do it like a professional type of thing. And then, like, I might do that like in a year or two's time or something like that. I also have an idea for this kind of like a bit of a love story around Blackthorn and the faction fights. I think is quite interesting, and I have a few other different things as well. So I do have some dark ideas as well, and a bit of horror ideas associated with Blackthorn. Have you ever seen the pictures of, like, the biddies, from St. Bridget's Day, and the way they wear and this stuff? They look pretty creepy. They'd be pretty good as well in some stories. I enjoyed it in Donegal as well. Donegal is very nice. Bundoran is a place I would go to as well. Uh, Heiko, how are things, my man? Good evening. Very nice to see you again. I must get back to getting the interviews and get a few of you guys back again and explore some topics. And I hope everything is well in Germany. I'm going over to Hamburg for the weekend of the 13th. Bringing the daughter to some concert in a place called Fabric. I think it's some warehouse or factory outside of it as well. Andre says hi, Heiko, as well. And yeah, it's very good to meet you guys. And it'd be good to do like a meet and greet someday. I'd like the idea of like doing like a, not like a Comic Con, but like some kind of con related, where you could have, like, me there and other guys there, and create a nice event, have some music, have all the eccentric characters in this community under one roof, giving some talks, giving some debate, talking about old times. And there's plenty of debate within this community as well for different things. It's all fun and games. Highland Bros says, I'm well, and nice spring hikes with my blackthorn stick as well. That's very good. There's nothing better than having a blackthorn in your hand, especially in springtime. You know. Sorry, I just put on the message there. And Shillelagh Khan, that's the name. Yeah, that's perfect name. Call it Shillelagh Khan. Yeah, there's a good ring stat as well. It wouldn't be too hard to organize. You just get the venue, like the stalls and the tables. Like, the venue usually has like a contractor that does all that and sets up the electricity. Just like you'd need like a small, like, it's probably take 3 years to really kind of get going, and then you could turn it more into kind of like some kind of Irish convention or something like that. But I think it could start like within like some kind of Irish festival. Like, I know in Milwaukee they have some Irish festival as well, or something like that, and then invite a few people over from Ireland to do some kind of speeches, or to talk, or to do a Q&A, or something like that. I think it'd be pretty good. Like, I suppose they have like stick making cons and different things like that. But it'd be nice to get like something specific, Irish related or something like that, and do it in different parts of the world and take it on tourism. Like, maybe like that's something that I'd like to progress into. As you get older, you're not going to be making as many sticks and different things like that. But I'd love to pass on my knowledge and advice, and create an awareness on that. That I think I've created some kind of legacy online, and with all of these videos and these live streams, and in the history books, I hope that at least I can get a few lines. Maybe if I'm lucky, someone will write a chapter on me or something like that. As always, if anyone wants to interview me or has any questions, if any of you guys have your own YouTube channels, I'm quite happy to come on to any of your YouTube channels and answer any questions as well. I can try to be as entertaining as possible. Just drink a load of fizzy drinks beforehand to give me a bit of the sugar rush on that as well. Um, and then Heiko is just giving a greeting there back to Andre as well. I don't know how to pronounce it. Budesheim. It's the B-U umlaut D-E-S. So Budesheim. Buddha. Is it pronounced like Buddha, or like is it like an usa? I'm trying to remember what the U and the umlaut sound is as well. So Budesheim, something like that. Cheerio. I'm probably making an ooh. So it's a big kind of ooh sound. Is it like a long ooh sound? So it's like boo this time. I'm my pronunciation of things is really atrocious. So but I do like to do a try anyway and to attempt it. So it's kind of like a long U sound as well with the umlaut. Okay, and it's your town. Okay, it's just like the town kind of name as well. Okay, and like what's your kind of town known for? Does it have any festivals or anything like that? Is like within Germany, like does every little town have some kind of festival or something like that? Um, it sounds like a high pitched ooh, like a big boo, boo this time, something like that. But I suppose it's funny watching an Irish person trying to pronounce German names, you know. But any German TV shows want me to come on and mispronounce anything, I'm available for that too. That should be pretty good. I'm not too good in the high pitched sounds. Maybe if I wear my pants too tight or something like that, I might be able to hit the high notes or something like that. But you have wine festivals as well. So like wine drinking and stuff like that. But yeah, like I love these kind of little quirky type of festivals you get in these little small towns. Like Ireland has so many of them, and my hometown Killorglin has a very quirky and unusual festival that is called Puck Fair, Puck Fair, which is very interesting as well. You guys should definitely check it out. Candy is dandy, but liquor's quicker and brandy. Very good, very good. You're our resident poet there, Kirk. I can understand there why you have your good wife from Ghana. You wooed her with your lyrics and your poetry as well. Poetry, that's not really a thing anymore. My son was asking me that in the car today. He has to study Seamus Heaney at school, and he's looking at me going, "What's the use of a poem? Is it like a song or something?" And it's like people would just like talk and rhyme things. He was like, it doesn't make sense to him anymore. So it's kind of funny trying to like see a kid introduced to poetry for the first time and just be so confused by it. The Rhine River Valley wines as well. Yeah, the Rhine sure river goes all the way, across Europe, doesn't it, as well? So a very famous wine area. I never got mad into drinking wine. Like when I went to South Africa, I went into Stellenbosch and Franschhoek, which is like the wine area, and they have these like a Pinot Chat. I can't remember the name of it. Different types of wines and different things as well. And I never really got into wine. Like in Ireland, you always see the housewives in the supermarket buying the wine and things like that because they're stressed out of life with their kids. But never like to see anything like that. So I have to Google Binging on Rhine. Okay, I'll give that a look back there later. There are Puck Fair videos on YouTube. Yeah, there's loads of eccentric ones. I'm not in any of them because the Puck Fair committee, I don't really kind of communicate with them or like them there too much as well, and they all do the kind of like their own thing. And when I was doing the comedy stand up thing in Killorglin about a decade or two ago, they weren't really too happy that I was bringing comedians telling rude jokes to the town. Um, but Puck Fair is a weird festival. The first day, man, there's loads of fights as well. There's a lot of fighting at this festival. You'll see plenty of faction fighting at Puck Fair still. Chad says, out there in the west of America, we have different testicle festivals. That doesn't sound too appealing. Imagine doing them articles and that, like, have you got the balls to visit the testicle festival? Something like that. But where people get and eat prairie oysters. That's the balls from a bull or something like that, isn't it? Prairie oysters as well. The last thing I want in my mouth is testicles. I think most guys will do testament. Like the thing is, it gets attention, Chad. It's a funny name. It will people will remember that. People will go there for that reason to dare their friends eat a testicle or try to trick their friends. Here, try these prairie oysters. Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. And then when the guy has the two fucking balls in his mouth, like at the side of his face, they'll be like telling him you're eating some testicles there. But that's actually something I'd go to. I think that'd be fun. I'd love to bring someone there and like make them eat testicles or something like that. I don't drink any alcohol. Yeah, I'm not. I like. I'll have a drink every now and again. Like like when I go to Thailand when the sun is setting and like it's kind of a nice cool beer is fine. But like I never would go by maybe two beers max. Like 2 beers I'm happy with. Like I have a nice cold beer. If I'm really thirsty, I'll drink half it and then sip away and then have the second one and then I'm happy. Like I don't really feel I'm full. I feel like full with that. I've never been that. Hardly poetry, maybe my Irish manly nature and passion. Yeah, there's a poet in there in there, Kirk. You should take out the pen and give us a few verses and different things like that. I'm sure you'd be pretty good. And he says thing, and then he's on Facebook, Heiko. Let's see now. You said earlier you like meats and you haven't lived until you tasted was it Montana tender groin, Francis? Groin is that region that you don't want to be putting your mouth as a man down to unless that's your persuasion. Uh, I do like meats because like the when I went to Africa, I tried the kudu, the springbok. I really loved ostrich. I thought ostrich was really nice, and I had crocodile tail as well. I thought that was like pretty good, like a white meat. And like there was a restaurant chain. It was I can't remember if it was Kenya or South Africa. I can't remember which one, because I've been to both countries, and they have this restaurant called Carnivore. And at the time, it was like so cool. I don't know, is it a chain or is it one type of thing? And they just bring you out all of these meats, and you're just like, oh, if you're on the keto diet or something like that, it's like, oh, I've got all my meats here as well. No carbs there. But I don't know. You just you do like eating different. Well, I do like eating different meats and different things as well. Let's see. Like I says, I'm not a drinker, but some beer vine and mead and stuff has to have sometimes. Yeah, like it's like when you're a young guy and you're like in Ireland, like in your 16, 17, 18, you just get hammered drunk every weekend. And then like you just come to this like realization that you're just wasting your money, your time and your life drinking. And a lot of people get into that kind of lifestyle with their friends where they watch the football on TV, they get drunk and they just repeat it every single week. And they go to Magaluf crowd, to those kind of holidays in Spain, and they just like drink way too much. Heiko goes, Capiert. And Melde mich gleich Heiko, says Andre as well, with my terrible German pronunciation. Um, but yeah, it's like we're like if you think like from Chad to Carl to Heiko and Andre, like we have a very multicultural. You see, Blackthorn brings the world together. People from all different countries are coming together under one umbrella in terms of the interest for Blackthorns as well. And Germans talking German, I'd expect no less as well. But I tell you, like after Ireland, guys, like check out Germany. I don't know, is like tourism like a big thing there internationally? Like I know, of course, everyone goes to Venice and Italy and Paris and different things and Barcelona, but I don't know, man. I just I can't say enough about how much I enjoy like the Oktoberfest, the beer in Germany is just like I'm not a big drinker, but when you go to Germany and you get that beer, there's just a certain taste to it that's really nice. That's like there's kind of like a I don't know, is a yeasty taste or just kind of like a crisp taste to it, and you just enjoy the taste of having a few beers as well. And I think we're getting to the end of the live stream now for the hour. Again, as always, guys, I want to thank you so much for coming on to the live stream, asking me some questions. I'm always happy to answer your questions, and I must try to get some sleep now, because I am feeling quite tired from this week. And I do have some really nice sticks coming. I have about 7 nearly ready that I should get online tomorrow. And then I have about 30 probably sticks that I'll get up next week. Nice heavy ones. The ones you like, guys. I know the ones you like. The knob sticks, and might be a root ball or two in there too. I wish all the guys a happy weekend. Wonderful community. Hala Marie, very thankful. Chad, my man, one day we'll meet you. You'll come over to Ireland, and we'll have a drink or something like that, and we'll chill out. Good night. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Enjoy your weekend, and bye, my Blackthorn. Okay, bye bye.